Well, I have to say that Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, this film is much to be desired. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate this or anything, I don't think it's terrible, but at the end of the day, it does feel subpar to say the least. Now I have to admit, when I first heard about this sequel, I thought it was going to be entertaining, but after seeing this whole movie, I have to say it's underwhelming to say the least. Not only that, but this sequel feels forced because the story feels like it's a convoluted mess. Taking place immediately after the events of the first film, Grace and her sister Faith are both kidnapped, and this time elite families are trying to kill Grace in order to acquire the high seat. So both of them have to survive until dawn. Honestly, this one tried way too hard. There's a lot of plot holes. The mere fact that Grace has a sister, which story-wise doesn't make any kind of sense to me, since she never mentions a sibling in the previous installment at all. Not only that though, there are many moments peppered throughout the narrative that I found to be quite boring. Not one of the worst movies I've seen recently, but at the same time, this really is nowhere near great either. Granted, is this sequel really necessary? In my honest opinion, not really, because a lot of the story is convoluted. Like for example, Grace didn't have a sister in the first film. Where in the heck Faith came from? Speaking of which, I thought the chemistry between both Tamara Weaving and Kate Newton, it was dull. Now, sure, the action scenes, they were fun, they were entertaining. But the issue is that some of the actors in here, their performance was underutilized, such as Elijah Wood. Seriously, he doesn't have much to do here. He's just overseeing the proceedings of the hunts. At least Sarah Michelle Gellar, she did a good job playing Ursula. And of course, a character like Titus, the actor who played him, did a good job as well. Honestly, the first movie is just a lot better in my opinion. Nonetheless, if you're curious about checking this out, I'll say wait for this to come out on streaming, because believe me, it really doesn't offer all that much in the first place. I'm giving this film a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go back and rewatch this anytime soon because it doesn't really do anything special to make it noteworthy. Plus, seeing Grace being tossed around only to get back up to keep fighting, I had to suspend my disbelief. Anyway, this really isn't a copy and paste of the first movie. It does some interesting things near the end, especially in that third act. Despite that though, I would prefer a vastly different story where it didn't repeat some of the same tropes that were seen in that first film. Overall, while there are some cool ideas in this sequel, it ultimately fails to meet expectations considering just how entertaining it could have been. And that's my review of Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Alright, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Okay, this is Slum Guy 172 saying peace out.